Yeah. Ooh, feeling it. Sweat Equity Podcast. Eric's feeling it.
I'm feeling it every time. I can't wait for the tagline.
Mike, how you feeling?
Good. Feeling good.
Our guest today, friend of the program.
Mike McGuire.
You actually listen to the podcast.
I do.
We were talking right before we started. I was like, nice.
Yeah.
You got good friends.
I know.
My friends are like,
yeah.
I just see you pop up on my feed like an asshole all the time. What are you doing in your office? I'm like, it's not ham radio. We have like a real show, a real podcast that's pragmatic business advice. Business advice steeped in pragmatism.
We're trying to help you.
We want to help your hustle, son.
God.
Get it, son. I'm about to get swole. Get those traps going.
Yeah. You look like you just came from a wedding.
I did.
You are
Last
dressed
night.
very
Well, I
nicely as
catered.
wearing t-shirts. Yeah.
I catered a wedding, so that's pretty good. It was a Tuesday morning wedding.
Yep.
Yeah,
Times are lean.
Chinese wedding. You know, they wanted to live stream it for everybody back home.
His wife is Asian. It's fine.
That was the thing about the live stream, too, with the Facebook. I jumped in one day, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, look, here's this guy. And jumped right in, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah. No, we want to get to that point where I think what we've kind of talked about is getting to that next level where it is that in-time engagement.
Yeah.
Where maybe we have a monitor up that we can just see, you know, stuff popping up and go, oh, I saw that looked like a good topic. I think we do our 100 show soon, right?
Yeah, soon. We got like 4 more or something like that. 100th show. I'm going to rent a tux.
Maybe we do
You should.
Maybe I'll untie the bow tie like Pitbull.
Yeah.
I'll just put it on
Yeah,
and
keep
then
it down.
untie it.
Yeah.
Mr. Worldwide.
Guy makes bank, doesn't do very much.
He's got a body from the 1920s.
Who does less, DJ Khaled or Pitbull?
We the best.
Pitbull seems to do a lot. He seems to do everything.
Does he?
Yeah. I mean, have you seen the TV commercials every 5 seconds?
Khaled's on the
DJ
new,
Khaled's in some stuff.
Yeah, he's on the new host.
And all he does is go, we the best.
Oh, well,
And he goes around and he goes, another one.
Yeah. Well,
I do like his motivational speech things on Snapchat.
Oh, so, okay. So you're a fan.
No, I'll put on DJ Khaled right now. I'm a big fan.
Okay.
Because he brings in like the best rappers. That's what you do in business. Surround yourself with some of the best. Take credit for it.
And he's got his tagline, so every time you hear "We the Best," you know it's Khaled.
Right,
It's
right.
like the hottie toddy. You know that could be your little excerpt in the. I was
Speaking of
waiting for
which,
it. I was waiting
Anything
for it.
better than that.
Speaking of which, let's get this show rolling. Hotty toddy. God Almighty. Thanks for coming here. Thanks for being a part of it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
If you're listening to this in your earphones, in your earbuds, your AirPods,
You're the only douche wearing those things.
I know they look so douchey, but it's so much more productive for me because I can walk around, keep the phone charged, and just go do my thing, go beat off in the other room, come back. No one knows I'm on a conference call. So if you're listening to this, rate, review. Share with a friend. If you got a friend that's like, hey man, I'm trying to do my own app, or I'm trying to do my own, I want to be a fashion consultant. That's what I really want to do with my life. I don't want to be in accounts receivable forever. This is kind of what this podcast is about, trying to give like these little tips, these little tools, stories via interview that can kind of help. I feel like podcasting is kind of an intimate thing in your earbuds, as I call them, because I'm a dad. And
Oh, yeah, Airbud.
yeah,
Golden receiver.
you didn't even get why it was wrong. But it is that thing of like, if you guys have questions, you want to send us some questions, by all means, hit us up. Our email's law@tocoworks, TOCOWORKS.com, or Eric@tocoworks, TOCOWORKS.com. That's my radio voice.
Yeah, good job. You want to talk about FreshBooks? Do you do FreshBooks?
You got some books to be fresh?
Yes.
You need to freshen up them books.
Get FreshBooks. Our listeners get whatever. What is it?
The 30-day free trial.
There you go.
Nice pitch.
That's how you do it. That's how you get all the big bucks with affiliate links like gofreshbooks.com/sweat, as in Key Sweat.
Still haven't found a better way to describe it.
What's better than Key Sweat?
Nothing.
Babyface?
Well, that won't work on the keyboard.
Brian McKnight?
Yeah.
Brian McKnight.
Yeah, are
Yeah,
you
that's a
are
good
you
one.
McKnight guy? Because I'm a Keith Sweat guy all the way. Nobody. GoFreshBooks.com/sweat. Hey,
What
man,
was it? Free 30 days trial?
free 30 days. Look, QuickBooks and Xero can suck my balls.
Yeah.
Go FreshBooks. That's how we do these ads.
FreshBooks loves us.
They should,
Always
man.
refer to our balls.
We tag them in everything. We give them a lot of love that no other podcast is really doing.
Yeah.
So, what do you
do you-
got? What are you working on?
Nothing. Not doing anything.
I think that's how I'm gonna. We're working on formatting the show. I think we got to ask everybody what they're working on
Well,
currently or long term or
we
whatever.
were just talking about all the emails I have in my spam Gmail folder that nobody. I mean, this is a public service announcement we should talk about that. Apparently, like
If you're a client of ours, we've got some email issues going on.
yeah, apparently Gmail switched up some sort of algorithm and sent everything to spam. So scrambling on that.
At first, I thought
is it? Do you
we
know?
have the longest legal disclaimer of all time in our email. That's actually to protect my off-color remarks
Right.
and free speech. Seriously, I had our business attorney Stephen Fantetti, FantettiLegal.com, your business refined. Yeah. Oh, he's a power attorney, I should say, power business attorney. And I was like, hey man, I make a lot of jokes in email. I'm trying to stop because they end up not being that funny when you read them. Unless you're Jack Handy or something.
Yeah.
But I was like, is there any like protection I can have? Because I do use a lot of metaphors and I use a lot of ways to kind of explain. Like one of my favorite things that I've been able to do on the fly is I explain web design like to a 65-year-old guy that hates computers, barely looks at websites, but he reads online a little bit. I explain web design like a golf course layout, and he got it. So, but if I'm using stuff like that, it can get really misinterpreted in a lot of ways.
Got to find the right metaphor to properly explain it.
Well, doing stand-up for 12 years, I'm pretty good at that. Like, give me a second, I can kind of figure it out. If you're wearing a Tommy Bahama shirt, I'm going to be like, this guy loves Jimmy Buffett, clearly. So,
Think of it like Margaritaville.
right.
Your homepage.
When we're
is
doing the audio on this logo, an audio drop for your video, just think of it like a pencil-thin mustache. Shout out to Jimmy Buffett. What up,
He
dog?
has a pencil-thin mustache.
It's a song.
Just
it's
the fans.
I wish I had a pencil-thin mustache.
I did not know that
Yeah.
song.
Yeah. Well, we'll try to close this out on that.
Hey, good job not making a brown eye joke though.
A brown eye joke?
Yeah, brown eye girl. He sang
This
a
Van Morrison.
version of
Van
that,
Morrison.
but he sang a version of
Yeah,
it.
but everybody has.
I know, but you're looking for those brown eye joke
Oh.
ins. I know you're just searching for it. So you did a
Oh,
good
no.
job not
The-
mentioning assholes. Good job.
I'll take the kind of compliment. I like it.
The joke Rolodex starts going.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
Write it
Margaritaville, cheeseburger in paradise. So our realizing this really sucks, and I kind of been panicking since this morning, where I was like, oh, the last, and here's what makes it even worse: that are some of our emails, not all of our emails.
Yeah. Just
So
the
some
business
stuff's
ones,
coming
just the
back.
important ones.
Right. So this is like being
Yeah.
like trying to ask out some girls or something in middle school or something, and then like, yeah, some of them will talk to you, but the other ones not
They
at
were
all.
all deaf the whole
They
time.
hate your guts,
or
like
something.
Well, and we internalized a little more, I think, than normal people. I'd say, and I'd say we probably get in our own dome. And I was like, man, people aren't getting back to us. I got to switch up our approach.
Yeah.
Something's fucked up. We got to have a strategy meeting. We got to figure this out. What's going on? And it was I was trying to get Occam's razor before we started, but the most likely answer is probably the right one. Mm-hmm. And so sure enough, I texted a friend that's a client, and I was like, Are you seeing any of these emails I've sent you the last like month? And he's like, yeah, it stopped like 2 weeks ago. I just saw it in the spam, and I was like, okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Right after this, we're gonna use the power of online advertising to get the word out, because we can't use email right now until we fix this.
Yeah.
Do you know the workaround or the fix yet?
Google is very poor about giving simple directions. If you've ever had to troubleshoot something in G Suite,
or getting hold of them to like get help.
Right.
Good luck. Good luck. There's no people working at Google. It's a bunch of robots
Unless
talking
you're
to each other.
Unless you're getting ads help because they want to get you more.
Yeah,
money.
unless you can give them money.
It's called network externality. They want to get more out of you. It's the rinse and repeat shampoo. You don't need to repeat the process.
Yeah.
You just use it twice as fast.
Yeah. Repeat again. Repeat all you want.
Right.
And then
So
buy more.
Right. Buy more. Buy more unnecessary amounts of shampoo that your wife will have 14 gallons of in the shower for some reason. Does your wife do that?
No. We have just 14 empty bottles that somebody's sticking their finger down inside, get it all out.
Yeah. It's
Fill
like
it up
you're an
with
art
water.
teacher with paint. You know.
Yeah. My shower's disgusting.
We're gonna save these half cups. I'm gonna cut them open. And we're gonna save these
Yeah.
for shampoo cups. And you're like, what are we doing here?
Old
Just use
cheese
one.
containers.
Yeah. You have a lady.
I do not.
Okay.
I'm still living the single
Ooh, put
life.
them right on the spot.
Yeah.
So do you have a woman who may or may not like the answer to that?
So yeah. Well, there's that too. So
Not anymore, you
definitely put
don't.
you on the spot.
Yeah.
Well, it's not officially on here. Don't worry.
Skip over this subject.
We didn't
We can
even,
edit that out.
We didn't even talk about John Paul helping us today. John Paul, do you want to chime in? 'Cause he's
Tampaniac
over there
Pictures?
shaking his head at us like we suck.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you were. I saw you.
So we have a director today.
You can talk into the microphone. It's hooked up. No,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
just gonna sit
No,
there.
no,
and,
I'm full in this, and everybody's probably wondering what's going on with the camera, and it's me.
Great. How bad is it?
I really am intrigued though with the Mevo because it's like whenever I feel like you're being like should be focused on, I'm focusing in on you. Like
Yeah, that's
even
the
not when you're
idea.
talking though, like when you're being really awkward. Getting all
Got a
of
good
the,
shot of me.
The,
Getting all
the
the weird
listening
stuff.
shots
This
Yeah.
will be.
where someone else is talking out of frame and you're just listening. Yeah, we got to work on those. We're gonna get
I'm
a
just
se-
joking. I'm trying hard to keep it
He's
going.
trying hard.
We're gonna get a second Mevo to line this up so it's much more. It'll be fluid and kind of head on video. That looks a lot better than Eric and I kind of cheating a little bit to talk to each other a lot of the time.
I think you guys do a great job.
I
Literally.
appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Mike. You're gonna be on every
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
I like
You
this
want to
shit.
come on
Kiss
and just
ass.
fluff us up
Yeah.
verbally, of course.
We need it.
Yeah, we definitely
physically.
need some help. So G Suite, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna tell people. I'll shoot a douchey selfie video explaining this issue,
With
right?
bad captions.
With poor captions because I'm too lazy to do it on my own.
But like a how-to, like
No, just like, hey, here's what's going on, and then I'm gonna target everybody, spend a little bit of money, and target most people on Facebook. We can probably get most of our clients that way, and prospective clients. We have a lot of people, preferred partners, people that are supposed to come on this podcast. So there's a lot of we have a lot of arms going out, a lot of spokes, and so we want to make sure we're hitting everybody up. And then I'll try to send a MailChimp email from my personal email account that I use for stand-up, or I used to, and no gigs to really push now. And we're going to try to hit every channel we can. I'm going to do a mass text.
Yeah, because we got to cover all our bases now. It's a little alarming.
Well,
Do you
you
know
can-
why it's doing it? What changed?
It has something to do with domain and the DNS, which is like the domain name servers. If you ever read that, if you're having to do your own website, we have to play with those when we launch a site usually. We're usually
Yeah.
pointing to different NS. I don't know. I got that far, and I was like, I got to make it over here to do this podcast because we're on a huge project time crunch. I guess we got several going, but it's one of those things where
We'll be fine.
we're taking Friday off
We'll be good.
for the first time. We're taking an actual day off.
Yeah, we'll be
It's to not.
day off.
It's not.
my ass.
It's not a day off, but I mean,
Yeah,
it's the,
busting our ass at home. All the other shit we got to do.
yeah.
oh, a day off for actually family work.
Yeah, a day off to go work somewhere else, pretty much.
We're supposed to close on the sale of our current house Friday morning, and then in the
Congrats.
afternoon, purchase the new house.
Oh wow.
And close on that. Here's the one. So there's been issues all the way through because we did this on contingency, and there's a serial killer in our area that the house is in our neighborhood. So
Didn't mean to laugh.
no, it's funny. It's funny. I lost 35 grand for sure,
Hilarious.
or more. Could be more.
You could probably sue that guy.
Yeah. Well,
You could get on the
actual serial killer?
class action with all the victims.
I told my wife, I was like, I'm glad he's getting the chair, and she's like, hey, and I was like, he fucking murdered people. Like, yeah, I hope he dies 4 times.
And our house thing on the
Yeah,
back end, but he's a murderer.
Yeah, flop that on top. That's not good. That's a bad pile of shit. That guy
guy's
sucks. He's a sociopath.
He's getting the chair.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that thing's trial's over. I didn't know that.
I think they already said he's getting it. We'll have to ask our criminal defense attorney client, Brett Metcalf, HillsboroDefense.com. We'll have to ask him. I was trying to think. He had a lot of thoughts on it, and
okay, yeah.
on his Facebook page, we just posted the news story, and everybody wanted to weigh in whether it's moral to do that or not. I like Ron White's thing. Hey, in Texas, you kill someone, we kill you back.
We use it.
Yeah,
Yeah, no matter how low your IQ is, or how bad we framed you.
or you're a sociopath. I mean, like, the guy is not on this planet. Really.
Oh no, that guy. Yeah, he probably did it, but a lot of those people were.
So what happened is, and this is something I see in a lot of businesses. So I'll extrapolate this out. So we had an appraisal. The appraiser incorrectly did the appraisal, which fucked everything up for us.
How so? Like,
Because
didn't actually use
The
current
square
comparables?
footage.
Oh, wow.
Something that is
Oh my God.
subjective,
Yeah.
right? So it ends up appraising lower than it needs to be. And this episode will come out after all this stuff, after this Friday. So.
You hope so.
Yeah.
Or you're just gonna wait till you sell that thing before this episode comes out.
I mean, but I doubt the builder and real estate agent and appraiser are listeners, so I'm not too worried about it. I know my wife doesn't listen, so I'm not worried until one of you assholes sends this to her and then was like, "Hey, I'm talking shit about you."
Yeah, and don't send the last one we did to my wife either, if you don't mind. That's when that one's gonna get me good.
Why?
Because I talked shit about her business card design.
No, we want to help. That's all.
I was helping her.
And I'm trying to get help
Constructive criticism.
Constructive.
I'm getting mental help
But-
from y'all. It's cathartic to kind of talk about this because it's just me and my wife going crazy. So the appraiser, 16 it's a modest house. It's 1,670 square feet.
Right.
She put it in as 1617, which is like kind of a verbal error you could do.
Sure.
Or if she didn't use like electronic measuring, then if she did tape measure,
Right.
but it ended on it can't end on an odd number. We figured
Yeah,
out.
that makes no sense.
It's a cube because it's a cube. The whole house is basically a cube size.
Okay.
Everything's a right angle. Everything's like it's made to look old on the outside, but it is like exact Lego house basically.
Yeah.
Nothing exotic.
I didn't know they did square. Like, is that not just set when you build the house? This is how
No,
big
it's in
the
the
house
permit.
is,
It's in the permit.
and they still measure
Has
it.
to be
Or,
remeasured every time you sell.
Yeah, that's because
Really?
Yeah, because you could.
shrinking house problems.
Yeah.
Why?
You could do. I'm sure you could do some nefarious stuff, or you could add on to it, and you want to make sure that gets. It's just a double check,
Right.
Because then you're only relying on the city to do it. So the underwriter of our mortgage, they send this person out. That's not from the area. She's from the other side of the bay, and which it doesn't help because the comps she picked we were like, wow, I can't believe she picked those. So,
And you can't get that corrected after the fact.
so I'm gonna get this.
Okay.
This is where I get to bitch about to
Dad
almost
mad.
everybody. No, this is United States mad. We see this
Okay.
everywhere in the workplace.
Going bigger here.
No one taking accountability, kind of
system
thing.
down.
So we're going back and forth. The appraisal goes lower. The difference in square footage makes it like 15,000 or 13,000 difference, right? Well, you would think that's better for us because we're getting the house at a lower price, but we've made a deal. They want to sell it at this price, and the loan was set up. Everything's good. So now the loan is on a percentage, and so it takes that down, which fucks us. So we have to put in more dough. So my wife calls this morning and is like, "Hey, there's an objective error here. the realtor says what's on the permit. She's measured it herself. Mona, my wife, is like, she's about to go down there and measure it just for whatever, just to make sure we're not crazy. And she goes, I know how this could be, like, she's being really polite. This is a clerical error. You may have just mixed up, in your head 70 and 17 or whatever it is.
Being understanding, but just how do we get this fixed?
Well, she's nice at first. That's how I got hooked. That's how I got fucking swindled. No, I love her. I'm just saying, like, she's gonna come. You got to come in nice, because otherwise you're gonna get hung up on. And then the lady was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna go." And it's like, "What? Can you?" It's pretty easy. All you have to do is just change it up. The
appraiser said this, or
yeah, the person who actually did it Monday. Today's Tuesday. My wife called this morning as soon as 9 a.m. The hand hit 9 a.m. on the clock.
Man, this is fresh.
Oh, and like, I'm starting to get more lit. She was telling me about this. I was like, all right, I don't want to get more fired up because it's going to fire her up.
Starts boiling.
Well, this whole thing's been stressful. And this is just like, we're right there. We're third and goal, man. We're like, things have fallen out and come back up, and the house has been delayed and blah, blah, blah. We don't know where we're going to live. We've got 2 dogs, 2 babies.
Oh, God.
It's, a logistical night. We might be in here. And I was like, we got to do the podcast on Tuesday to make sure. Because we may have to the dogs may have to be in the office, and I may have to stay. It's a fucking nightmare. Anyway,
Wow, man.
And so this is where I'm going to get to. The workplace, just apathy or lethargy, right?
Yeah.
The thing about going, let me check into this. I know there's not an incentive for me, right? But I should go do this. She just straight up shut it down.
I mean, in this case, there's not a recourse, or she doesn't have a boss. I mean, there's got to be a step up from this. I mean, that's crazy talk. That's a big number for you guys to eat, because she doesn't want to change a number in a file.
After this, I may drive out there personally. I don't want to do like a falling down defense situation, but
I mean, if it's a 5-digit check you're writing, man, you got a trip is worth it.
So I don't know if that's the best way to do it, because we have a power attorney that is on call and will get us fired up as we are. That's how good he is. And then we also have my father, who's a former real estate attorney, who can be scary Larry on them. However, he's not the best at getting this kind of stuff done. He was kind of an inside office guy. He's good at the contracts. I'm not sure.
You need a bulldog.
Well, this is more of like, it's kind of a thing. I need to get her to do what we need her to do without, if anybody goes crazy on them, it's not going to happen. Here's the rub. It's timing. We got to get this done by like Wednesday.
Ugh.
Right.
Today's Tuesday, though.
Wednesday afternoon, we have to get it done by. Because we have to get this corrected, because otherwise we have to start the mortgage process all over again.
Yeah, but that's fun, though.
Yeah, that's not a pain in
That's
the
a
ass.
good time. Filling out paperwork.
I have a rant locked and loaded about credit, but I may put that in the hopper for later. So here's my thing. It doesn't matter that, like, my wife was thinking her incentive may be she may be punished if she corrects anything she did by the company. This is what she thinks anecdotally. Like,
she'll be reprimanded because of the mistake she made. So
yeah, we don't know how appraisers work. Really, real estate's not my game. Like, the ancillary things around real estate, I don't know like this. I don't know how they work and operate, but fucking shit.
I do feel like they operate on a independent, and I don't know if they're contractors, but like an independent sort of way, right? Like the appraiser.
It would make sense. It's probably a setup like we have.
But they're getting these leads from they're getting directed to you some way, right? This is not somebody you know.
It's not. Well, no, we didn't hire him. The mortgage company did.
Okay.
The underwriter.
I mean,
so it's not. We don't have any control, really.
Like, when do you start mentioning, hey, listen, I might need to take legal recourse if this goes down this way? That would be worth it to you to sue for this error. Like,
oh yeah,
you can do
because
that.
that's what I said. I don't want to sue. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not litigious like that. But there is a thing of like, this is an investment, and we've sunk a lot of time into this. It's affected this work here on like our internal stuff has hit the bottom floor because doing this has been like a part-time job of sorts. And so doing like buying the house and selling our current one. And so I was saying, no, there is a huge opportunity loss from us in an investment standpoint. So you probably can sue on that.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
Now, is it worth it? I don't know, because you would have to, I think it'd be, in my head, it makes sense, but I'm trying to say like it might be too loose of a transitive property, like that, just because that happened doesn't mean we couldn't have better financing beforehand or something, like they could make some.
I don't know. That seems pretty cut and dry
the
to
amount
me.
of time you'll invest in pursuing this to get it.
Oh no, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Look, I chased down our first bad debt client for reals because he was such an asshole about it that instead of just doing him collections,
Physically chased him down, like ran him down.
No, I found out he had ripped off about 7 other people. I realized, including our power attorney, which I was like, how do you rip off an attorney? There's these guys that just do this, like they skate by in life. They are sociopathic.
Yeah.
Scam artists.
And
They're out there.
And the only reason I got a judgment because we won. I printed out all the Slack conversations.
Oh wow!
I went to court. Had to explain what Slack is. Had to explain what these services are, which helped me in the future for any future legal stuff
sure.
because it was like you need dates on everything. You need what definitions of these services. Blah blah blah. I don't really want to sue because that took a year. And the only way we got paid by that was because there's some instance where some lady wanted to buy one of the restaurant locations to get her green card. So that's the only way he had cash to pay. He would brag around town that he's judgment proof and shit.
Yeah, usually those guys don't have liquid cash to get back.
They call it an empty bag, right?
Problem with that is a year, it's like all the spite energy that you put into it at the beginning. A year later, you're like, I'm just so tired. I don't even care anymore. Like, just whatever.
It's fucked up, and I shouldn't be jacked up, but I was like, I have to fucking win it. I have to see this through. And so...
That's good that you lasted a year.
Yeah.
Well, one of my favorite Freakonomics podcast episodes is how spite can... how spite can drive you. And it talks about Bo Jackson.
I saw the picture. I saw the signed Bo Jackson.
Yeah,
Auburn
War Eagle,
picture.
War Damn Eagle. And so, if you want our Wi-Fi password, it's related to Bo Jackson. I had a Bo Jackson
I don't know if you
cutout.
should say that. Should I timestamp that so we can remove your?
Oh, we're changing that in the lock anyway, so I'm not worried about it.
Oh, okay.
We need to change this once a quarter, just because there's too many people coming in and out. I was thinking about that. I think I slacked you late last night. Like, oh.
You sent me a Slack that was like, "This is what we need to do. We need to move the desk in here." I was like, "What?" He had like all these lists of furniture moving positions that we were gonna do.
I was like, just
all right, we'll get to it.
Well, if I got it here when I thought I would,
I
would have done it. But that's so spite can drive you. It's like, what is the saying? Blah blah. Just spite your nose for your face or whatever.
Cut your nose off to spite your face.
Yeah, it's about medieval
like that.
nuns and how these barbarians were going to break down a castle, and these nuns are married to God, basically. And so they try to make themselves look ugly, so they cut off their nose.
Really?
Yeah. Look it up.
I learned something today.
Why not do something other than that, like a butchy haircut or something? Jeez.
Well, they probably didn't have like some badass scissors in 500.
They obviously did.
AD.
If they're taking off noses, they can get their hair to look shitty.
So that Freakonomics episode is the best because it talks that story at the beginning, which is intense.
Sets the tone.
And then they talk about Bo Jackson being so pissed at the Bucks, the Tampa Bay Bucks, which makes this
For not drafting him, right?
really conflicted for
yeah.
me. No, fucks him up. They purposely brought him down to Tampa to look at him for the draft. They knew by doing so it would cancel out his senior year of baseball.
That's right.
And so he said, fuck that, I'm not going there.
That's right.
And then he went and played for Kansas City, I think.
He did it and he didn't know that? He came down and he did the visit and he
86,
didn't know?
you know, it's not.
No, I know. I
yeah.
just didn't know if he, like, afterwards was like, wait, what?
No, that he came back. They said he came back to Auburn and he was going to practice. And the coach was just sitting there by himself and he's like, we got to talk. You can't be on the team anymore. And he was like,
that was during baseball season too, right?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So senior year, junior, whenever he came out, whatever that, you know, he had already won the Heisman.
Yeah.
He was going to be number one pretty much. And then Culverhouse, who owned the team at the time, I think they knew what they were doing. And his whole life was about being angry and playing out of spite.
Right.
Because, you know, kids picked on him and stuff. Here's my thing. Use that spite against yourself sometimes. Like, I'll get mad at myself and I'll be like, oh, damn it. All right, I need to fix this because that's not the person I want to be, kind of thing. That's what this bitch at the appraisal company should have done.
Yeah.
That's what you should say to her.
I'll fucking send her this video.
You should be spiting yourself right now for your poor effort.
I'll cut this video and send it to her. I can make it into
Let's
an
send
ad.
her a message right
tag
now.
their
What's her
company.
name?
I will fuck with them until if the story is true and I put it out there. There's nothing legally they can do.
Right. I
Because
don't know.
it's not slander or libel.
Well, and
whichever one.
review is important and that's what they say about anytime you have a good interaction with the business, you're reluctant to, you know, put a positive review, but anytime you have a bad.
Yeah, no, we emphasize reviews. That's the new SEO to us.
Yeah,
that is a lot, and you have to stay on top of it. Like,
Yeah.
we have the only 1-stars we have two of them they're about 3 minutes apart, and from a guy that's from like Czech Republic or something. It's the partner of the guy I was just talking about, the judgment. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you made like a
We only
Czech
have
joke.
No, we only have 2 1-star reviews out of 86 of them.
I went on an hour-long Czech Republic rant.
Yeah.
So
well,
not
we're not
big
talking
fans
porn,
over there,
guys. That's a different convo.
Or ecstasy.
So that's where I'm fucking frustrated out of that. But my thing is like the way she limped out and didn't even apologize or didn't even admit error. We've had this recently with some clients that can't admit error on their part, and we talk about collaboration. You know, what we're doing with all our clients is a collaboration. We can't do it by ourselves. Y'all obviously can't do it by yourself because you called us to work together, but you know, there's a lot of variables in many projects, especially the digital services, just communication-wise, it's tough. And so to not admit error is fucking crazy at first.
Maybe we need to come up with some sort of error reporting system that we instill, like something that, boom, we have this layout that says, okay, well, here's our error report, and then every client we have, here's your errors that you did wrong, and here's maybe a deadline we missed or something, whatever.
I thought about that. It's tough because now we're spending a lot of time on that.
Yeah, but I mean,
we don't have a project manager yet.
You know, these errors can cause just as much time wasted as doing that.
I know the answer is really, if we set up Reich like I should have with you.
What's Reich?
It's a project management app. We finally whittled down like all the Asanas and Trellos and Base Camps and all these different project manager apps. And I like this one called Reich because it would request info from clients because a lot of the times we have to wait. So I always compare it to making a house. We're the contractors, right? But we're waiting on you to give us the tile before we can do the kitchen. If you can't pick the tile ahead of time, or you pick the wrong one and then we have to go back and do a different one for the backsplash, then, you know, we'll do it. We'll fix it.
Right.
But you got to recognize that error. And,
Yeah.
And so this would timestamp everything. It would send auto reminders. It would make the problem is, you know, a lot of the times we're wearing too many hats. Sometimes
I'm only wearing one hat.
It's a Hurley hat.
Sorry, I wasn't really paying attention. I just heard hats.
So you have client service side, which you want to communicate, and that's our big thing. I want to show face-to-face interaction here in a digital world where people are trying to be anonymous and hide behind email and stuff.
It's like Google.
Yeah, but they don't use video as much as we do. I think video is really like we'll film video updates I want them to see our face while we're doing it. It's that weird like primal thing to show people like, oh, there's actually humans doing this stuff.
And you're stamping your name on it.
Sure.
Your face, your
with that, comes more scrutiny, right?
Right.
So, I send a lot of personal info if I'm a little distant. That gets used against me. I'm fine with that because I'm used to that with stand up. But like my thing is like that's not going to bother me if you're like if I overshare because we're going to over communicate. Mm-hmm. Hey, I've got meetings this and this day. Here's my schedule. This is why I'm not getting back to you on Slack or via email or Facebook message, whatever. Then they can't turn around and go, well, hey, you said you were in all these meetings or, you said you were doing your house on Friday. Or you guys do your podcast during the week.
But I sent you my schedule and I gave you the windows.
I don't have to send my schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're better off oversharing, I think, and then just dealing with the consequences, right?
I think. Well, we're doing everything on the up and up.
Yeah,
that's my thing.
That's
it's like
right.
we're not hiding anything. Transparency's big. I think that's going to be a huge thing in the next decade for all this work.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to hide anymore. The video will become standard.
I think video is going to be 10 years. Let's say 5 years, man. I think video. Maybe even 3 years. I keep upping the ante. 1 year from now,
yeah,
it'll be. I think video to do that. Like I was thinking about it. We need to automate some things to teach. Like here are the terms for a website. Here are the terms for design files. So when you're giving us info back and feedback back. That I just had a stroke. So that you have those educational tools, but we can't. It'd be a waste to even if we had full-time people to do that live. It'd be hard to coordinate and teach. Plus and people can do it on their own time. What I was thinking is with that new iPhone, how they get that face recognition. Mm-hmm. If they could sign off that they understand all that. And then we can get like a photo of them. I know you can do it with like a webcam photo.
As like an e-signature?
Kind of, yeah. Just to show like, hey, okay, I saw that you're sitting here. And you get it. You just didn't punch through,
I wonder if that probably already exists, e-signature with your face.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like there is something. I've done it before.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. I don't remember where it is. And I don't even know what it's called.
I just wrote down Toko College. We'll talk about it later.
Ooh.
But...
Well... We can talk about that can dovetail into like the e-learning stuff.
It's not very. I mean, it's pretty obvious what I'm talking about. Actually, now that I think about it, it's just like genius. You're not really keeping it on the down low.
Well, we're getting our gay apartment finally, but it's in a frat house out of college.
Yeah, well, yeah, you laugh, buddy. You laugh.
Yeah, we may be there.
We make that joke all the time. We're getting an apartment together.
Yeah, work hard or hard work. Either way, we're touching dicks, right? So the e-learning. Let's talk about that because we got to send a prospective client, an update today, and so e-learning I think is going to be big, and like we were talking about with this show to make it interactive. I think if you can gamify a little bit,
yeah,
are you paying attention, kind of stuff?
Yeah,
not so passive aggressive like Netflix. Like you still watching?
You
fucking
still
loser.
Watching?
Goddamn loser.
Yeah.
Are you still watching Dark by yourself?
Yeah.
God damn it.
And actually have the analytics to see if they've completed it, when they watch it.
Yeah. And, that's the thing. Like a lot of higher education, I think, is going to be done this way. Like, all right, for instance, to take a test, I should be certified for Facebook advertising ad planners. I think you can get certified. There's two things you can get certified for. So I looked it up. I know I'm really proficient with Facebook advertising and Instagram advertising. I learn like a grimy way. I learned from guys that did grimy stuff, but I'm really proficient in it, right? I just don't have the street cred. I don't have the little badge on my website.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It's all about that badge. Mm-hmm. Lawyers, people love those badges.
Love their little icons.
200 lawyers under 200 years old.
Yeah.
Like the best, you pay $5 for those and everybody has them.
Yeah.
So So I was looking at how do you take a test like this, and I looked at the instructions. It's like, all right, you're gonna have to clear out the whole fucking room, take all the pictures off the walls. They didn't talk like a mercenary like this, but it was like you have to
listen here, buddy.
You have
the
to
knife in
show.
your teeth.
You have to take the webcam and you have to show the moderator.
Moderator is another person.
Yeah, there's a human on the other side.
Yeah.
Video, and you have to show them the whole room with the webcam. You can't have anything out on the table. I don't even know if you can have a notebook and pen. I think you just have to, like, they make whatever room you're in has, and you can't have anybody else here.
Yeah.
I have to do it by myself, like I'm in a bomb shelter or something.
Yeah.
So, but I dig it. I get it. You have to go overboard
And be compliant.
because people could still cheat.
I'm already thinking about how to cheat that shit.
You could hide behind that partition and just pop out and then write index card notes. And now I don't get the certificate
Yeah.
because this is going to go on
College,
Facebook.
Writing answers on your leg.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's much more high tech than that cheating, but
you could put your
That was a throwback.
AirPods in,
Earbuds.
earbuds. Yeah. And do it like old school.
cut a ping pong ball in half, put them on your eyes. I don't know what
Pretend
that would
you're
do
sleeping?
actually, but
Sure. Sure. If you want to do the
sleep,
Jughead
if you want to
move.
sleep
Yeah.
during the test, you could do that if you want.
So I think that it's going to be interesting how that's going to work in the future. I wonder if you'll have like a Fitbitty Apple Watch kind of monitor maybe on you.
Ooh,
Just-
what?
With an instant hologram that comes up. And
To see like I'm not running out the hallway to get
Oh,
an
right.
answer, come back in, or like
It doesn't film you the whole time.
it. No,
taking
it
it?
does. It
Oh.
does. But you could definitely work. I mean, look, you can work around this shit pretty
Put a
easily.
doll of yourself in there,
We
a
could
mannequin.
we could have a whole white sheet in front of this that looks like a wall, or just a rolling wall, and you could have all the answers on the wall. Like you could go to.
Okay.
Look, I used to be a very lazy student.
yeah,
so
I'm
Yeah.
with you.
I was
I'm
a
with you.
C+ student until the junior year of college, I think. So,
We were all there with you, buddy.
well, I don't know. I mean, some
College is stupid. You don't need to go to college.
yeah. I don't know anything about American history or physics, but yeah,
That
pretty,
experience, though. That 4-year experience.
yeah.
Worth it.
6.5, you mean?
I was trying to get my
Yeah.
MRS degree, so, but couldn't get a guy.
I did.
Yeah,
I'm the only smart one here.
yeah. So to wrap it up, because we're at 40, right?
Yeah.
Spite's a good thing. Don't be a fucking lazy ass employee, and don't be lazy yourself. I think don't be apathetic to yourself.
Yeah, the technology's coming that we won't be able to be liars anymore. Give it 3 years. What was it? And
Maybe one.
Like there's going to be, especially for people working for other people, just GPS tracking, all
yeah.
that stuff.
Oh, it's out there.
like
It exists.
it's there now,
Those-
and it's only going to get worse. So now's the time to really start thinking about your own business, because if you don't like that sort of thing, you got to get away from it.
Think hippie morally in business. I think like what that appraiser is doing to us. She knows that doesn't help if my wife's calling the next day in the morning. And then she said, I'm kind of sick or something like that.
Oh,
My wife's like,
shut your mouth.
I was like, we're all fucking sick. Who gives a shit?
yeah, I've been sick for 2 months.
Right.
I've got kids. We're all sick.
I'm basically FDR at this point. Like
Yeah.
I'm fucking sick since
You ever see me
Hurricane
standing
Irma.
up? No.
Yeah. No.
He has a blanket on his lap right now.
Yeah.
Rocking the FDR look.
Yeah.
I need the glasses, and I'm right there. I'm receding hairline. I'm going there. So,
Just a wooden wheelchair.
but my thing is like karma wise, like, dude, just admit failure sometimes.
know.
And just go like, oh yeah, this could really affect people's lives. Like this could fuck them up.
Especially when you're dead to rights. They just dig holes.
We-
She'll just, chances are she's going to come back with some sort of weird thing that you did, quote unquote, that's not probably
Gotta get through a
true.
We didn't do
manager.
anything
Gotta
because
get
Right.
we
to her
didn't build
boss.
the house and we didn't send the appraiser.
Right.
So it's not. We barely have anything to do with her.
But if that's her response to what's going on,
Go above
be
her.
prepared to have something come back at you, I'm
But
sure.
you know how people fight you on something it's a fact.
I know.
That's the next episode. I think we got to talk about. I want to talk about statistics and how people like viscerally
Yeah.
apply that to their life. Like I was thinking about it, the mom arm in the car, right? This is my best example of it. Yeah, they put their right arm out when they're braking.
Yeah.
Which to me,
why is your kid in the front seat?
What is your little baby bird arm gonna do? Right? Like you're not fucking Captain America. You can't do it. What is that gonna do except
clothesline them?
I'm gonna hit. I'm sitting shotgun. I'm gonna fucking hit that like
him in the face.
The bingo wing.
Like the like the what's the running back drill? The
Oklahoma.
God damn it, the thing with the little cones that you run through.
I don't know what that's
God
called.
damn it. I'm off my game.
The slappy arm running back drill.
The jokes.
Everybody knows.
No,
what
but
you're talking about.
I'm gonna take you with me. If I get on if you're wearing jewelry around your wrist and you go like this and I fly out the window. By the way, I'm wearing a seatbelt, so what? Why this? Why this bird arm out?
The instinctual, protection. I know what you're
But
saying.
why? Okay, but why don't they just go with both hands and just go? Oh, right. So there's something there. It's not.
It's probably
absolute.
From ancient times, riding on the horse and wagons or something.
But
I don't know.
Times.
From ancient times.
I get the protective primal part of it. I get that, but it's like, okay, but that's not even arguably. That's way more dangerous to not have both your hands on the wheel.
Yeah.
Because you could get hit from someone else, if you got an accident, or you just don't have as much control. So that's my example of like people know those statistics, but we can't fight against that. We're all guilty of this, by the way.
Yeah, it's instinct. It's definitely instinct for if somebody you did a bad job. It's like, well, no, dude, hold on a second. Let me look at this, and I'm okay. Fuck, it was me, but I'm not going to admit it.
Right. And so it's that thing of like this thing with the house. It's not subjective. There's parts the comps she could do. She could pick different comps. That's up to her. And she's allowed to pick whatever one she wants.
Mm-hmm.
Square footage, it's math. It's like it's exact. It is what it is.
You brought up empathizing with her earlier, and that might be key. Is like really try to make it as personal as possible. So you'd be like, can you help us out and correct your mistake?
So there's strategies to this. So it's good cop, bad cop, and Eric and I have to do it sometimes because you can't always be the client-facing person and be like, hey, we got to get this. We got to get paid.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to separate it that way. And my wife's the nice one today, and I have to go over top and play the heel, basically.
Chase her down.
Yeah, which I don't have a problem with when it is fact, right? I don't have a problem selling something as a salesman if I know the product works.
Right.
I don't have a problem. I do have a problem. My wife was trying to has beef with some of my former friends about what they've done to me, and I was like, she's like, this pisses me off. It was like Sunday morning, and she's like, I'm sending him a message, and I was like,
what'd you do, Eric?
no, not you. No.
Former friend.
No, and I was like, we don't need this extra thing in here today, like this week. But
yeah,
if you
you're not
really want to do
it,
if you really want to do it, go do it. I don't care. So
Yeah.
there's that kind of stuff where it's like it's not going to do anything. It's going to make you madder.
Why don't you grow some balls? Stand up to them.
No, my thing is like I'll kill him.
I wasn't being me.
You're role
I
playing
know.
your house.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never heard that before.
No, I was saying like I kill him with kindness, man. Like it's the thing of like, all right, I got fucked by, you fucked me over big time. What am I gonna do? I'm not gonna go falling down on you, but I'm gonna win overall.
It is the best way to get that empathy going.
Yeah.
Is kill him with kindness. Be like, fine. He's probably not a dick.
I'm not going to stop until this is corrected.
And you never know. Like the guy was talking about the judgment with, that guy. I don't have any empathy for. That guy's just a bad human.
Right.
That guy's terrible. But some of these other situations, it's like it's not black and white. It's not binary. There's a gray area, and there's probably stuff I don't know that happened that influenced this.
Sure.
That I'm not perfect either, kind of deal. I make a lot of mistakes. Try to learn from them, and I try to feel like Eric. This is more in Eric's wellness kind of, karma kind of side. I would say is like
right on, man.
Well, it is like that thing of like, I think the Dalai Lama is like the first one to yell in an argument already lost the argument kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah,
I've heard that.
yeah. It's bringing emotion to it is gonna just completely mask all of the facts. Then you're just taking those facts and bastardizing them with your own shitty emotions.
Just trying to win the argument, not
Yeah,
trying to.
yeah, exactly. Me
correct the
versus
issue.
you.
Yeah.
And then then what does it matter?
Yeah,
Great, you won.
That's when you dig,
Congrats.
dig the heels in. No one's winning.
Yeah.
I like arguing for fun, the sports arguments.
Oh, yeah.
But
Sports are the best for that.
But when it's stuff like it is kind of drama related, I try to go, okay. In my head, I go, okay, no one's gonna die today. Like I say, like nothing.
It's a good start.
Well, I minimize it, right?
Yeah.
So I just go, look, it's not as big of a deal.
Think of the worst
Slow
case
down.
scenario first.
Yeah, breathe a little bit. Don't get so fucking pissed because it's not worth it to lose your shit.
Yeah, you try to do like the time travel, 5 years, think back to this.
Right.
Be like, okay, that was funny. What a
Yeah.
funny thing that happened. It's past now. And that's pretty much everything in your life. Like, aside from a, horrible, huge thing that would happen, almost everything is pretty stupid.
And most of the time, if I'm yelling at someone, it's because I know that's the only way they respond. Because people think because you're calm, and I'll be a little bit soft-spoken when I'm like, "Hey, we've got to go over this issue." I'm keeping it real calm like that. They think you're soft. They think you're a snowflake, and sometimes you just gotta go, "Look, we gotta get this fucking ready. We gotta go right now."
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing. So you gotta kind of play like Baccarat. You gotta play the player or play the dealer.
Yeah.
I don't know what that
Mirror
means.
their emotion and vice versa.
Did you have fun? We're gonna close this out.
Yeah, this was great.
Y'all filibust for a second while I get some Jimmy Buffett going.
Filibust. What the hell does that mean?
Tell them
About
where they can find us.
You can find us at tokabagaconsulting.com, tokaworks.com, Sweat Equity Podcast on iTunes, the other stuff. What do we got?
Laughable. You can tag your favorite comedians on that app, and if they go do someone else's podcast, it'll pop up notification and be like, "Hey, Eric's been on something planet," which you were on the other day,
That's
right?
really cool.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a really cool app, and we're kind of email buddies with the owner through other comedians. I like when it's kind of a consortium of comics kind of working together, like all things comedy style. And
Pretty much you can find us anywhere, and if we're not somewhere, tell us, and we will be there.
ooh, yeah, and
I like that.
I say that just because I know we won't have to, because I'm pretty sure we are spread out.
yeah, I think in the future we do want to do some. We want to do our 100th show live and promote it.
Yep.
And
Tuxedos are required. At least for Eric. There it is.
yeah, if we talk over the music, we can use it.
Yeah, we need to talk right now so we don't get sued.
Well, yeah, wait
That's
for
the
it.
work.
Can I
Workaround?
apologize to everybody for the camera operating?
Thank you,
Not
John
my
Paul,
fault,
for
it's not
chiming
the
in.
Mevo. Can I
Tampaniac
just see what
Pictures, check them out. And you know how to close it? You know how to turn it off?
happened? Oh, there I am.
Turn it. Eric,
No,
help him out.
I'm not going to tell him. I want to watch it. Make
Yeah.
him sit here and
Dude,
stare at his stupid face.
Hit the red button, dude.
It's following me.